Currently, there are more than 600,000 COPD patients in the Netherlands alone. The majority of these patients need to visit the hospital on a regular basis, creating a great stress on their daily lives and a high cost for hospitals both in time and money. As shown in this graph, mostly all patients are above 50 years old. The disorders can never be fully cured. So the treatment of these patients is mainly focused on lowering the side effects and preventing further deterioration of the sickness. It is now possible for COPD patients to take measurements at home instead of going to the hospital. The introduction of home measurements should lead to fewer emergencies, readmission, and eventually lower healthcare costs. This type of e-health is a relatively new field of study which mainly focuses itself on the practice of healthcare supported by electronic devices and communication. There are several ways electronic devices can be used for healthcare. One of these types is called mHealth, also seen as telemonitoring. Telemonitoring is the use of mobile devices to monitor the health of patients, interact with them, and give direct provision of care. One of these companies creating a telemonitoring product is Luscii. Because it is a quite new technology, it is important for small-medium enterprises that people will actually adapt their product. According to the standards of the European Commission, Luscii can be categorized as a small enterprise due to the fact that they only employ 40 people and have an annual turnover of less than 10 million.
My name is Esme and I work at the marketing department from Luscii. Luscii is a digital health platform created to support healthcare workers in the daily care of their patients. With the Luscii apps, they can monitor patients at home and communicate with them remotely. Luscii is available for patients and care professionals in hospitals and community care. Patients measure some indicators, which automatically we will send to the hospital. And the hospital can choose in advance which indicators they want to use. And when the measurements are above a certain set limit, the hospital will get a red alert and call the patients, usually with the video calling feature Luscii also is offering. All the measurements will automatically be put in the tables and graphs in HIX. And this way it's easy for the healthcare workers to use Luscii. Inside the company, we work with each other side by side. There's no management and we work by the values of holacracy. And this means that everyone has kind of the same voice in the decision-making process. And the agenda and strategies get decided by meetings. We work this way, stimulate creativity and speed up the development of the application.
If the home measurement system detects an increased risk, or if a patient has questions about certain measurement results, direct contact can be made via a video connection. Luscii is already available to all patients because 94% of insurance companies cover the costs at this moment. A hospital is paying for each patient that is using Luscii, and they especially focus on chronically ill patients. Hospitals encourage them to use the application, but in the end, patients can choose for themselves. The special thing is that Luscii targets on hospitals and insurance companies instead of the end user. As May will explain.
We don't use a lot of marketing.
Okay.
Daan Doma is the founder of Luscii.
Yes.
He's kind of influencer for us on social media.
Yeah.
And also we speak on events.
Yes.
But for the patients, we don't have a lot of marketing. It's just from the
for the hospitals.
hospital itself. Facebook, on LinkedIn and Twitter, he has a lot of followers.
Oh, okay.
If we spread the word about Luscii, everyone will read it. Oh yeah, they can choose by themselves. The hospitals have a lot of chronically ill, but they start with 50 patients to try it. And if patients say, it's not what I expected, they can quit.
Okay.
According to Everett Rogers, the diffusion of innovations can be categorized into 5 different distinct categories. So, normally, innovators and early adopters have a substantial role in the adoption of a new innovation. They are the starting point for products to become successful or not, especially technologically advanced products. However, with this product, the problem is that normally younger people are the ones that adopt the product first. But here in the healthcare, mostly elderly people will use it. Therefore, this will be interesting on how Luscii as an SME will use their marketing skills and strategy for success. Normally there are 5 adopter categories with their associated characteristics. These types start with innovators, then early adopters, the early majority, late majority, and the laggards. The end user, in this case, which is the elderly, can be categorized as laggards, especially in this field of technology, mainly concerning their characteristics and age, which create a barrier to adopt. According to A. Gilmore, SME marketing is often considered to be haphazard and informal, simply because of the way that the owner does business, which means that they make most decisions on their own. However, there are some tools that SMEs use, and in 2010, Eng and Spicker-Jones found out that there were 7 tools that are mostly used in SMEs in their communication and marketing. These include personal selling, PR and publicity, sales promotions, advertising, direct marketing, sponsorships, and testimonials and writing articles. In the appendix that we'll provide you, you will find a deeper explanation of all 7 tools, including an extra explanation on the diffusion of Rogers. So, after all this information, it's now up to you, as a new member of the Luscii marketing team, to come up with new solutions to this problem. Use the theory of Rogers and Eng and Spicker-Jones to guide you, and think deeply about the relationships between Luscii, the hospitals, and the end users. Try to answer the following 5 questions really specifically, and think specifically what you want to change in most detail as possible. Good luck.